You finally see it. Your bank app loads, and instead of panic, overdraft alerts, or that little knot in your stomach, there it is, $20,000. Not credit, not borrowed, not I'll pay it back next month, just your money. And for about 5 seconds, you feel unstoppable. Then something weird happens. You don't feel rich, you don't feel free, you feel nervous. Because now the question isn't, how do I survive? It's, how do I not mess this up? If you've ever hit a financial milestone and expected your life to magically change, but instead felt more pressure, more anxiety, and more confusion, yeah, this video is for you. Because here's the thing, $20,000 doesn't just change your money, it changes your brain, and most people are completely unprepared for that. My name is Gil, and I spend way too much time thinking about how money actually changes human behavior. If you're someone who works hard, saves when they can, but still feels like they're one bad decision away from screwing everything up, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Now look, this isn't a get-rich-quick video. This isn't about flexing numbers. This is about understanding why everything changes even more after $20,000 and how to use that shift to your advantage instead of letting it quietly ruin your progress. Part 1. Why $20,000 feels bigger than it is. Let's start with something uncomfortable. From a purely mathematical standpoint, $20,000 is not life-changing money. It won't let you retire. It won't buy you a house in most places. It won't solve every problem in your life. And yet, emotionally, it feels massive. Why? Because according to data from the Federal Reserve, nearly 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing money. So when you have $20,000 sitting there, you're not comparing yourself to millionaires. You're comparing yourself to stress. You're comparing yourself to late fees, overdrafts, I'll deal with it later, that constant background anxiety about money. So $20,000 doesn't feel like a number. It feels like relief. And relief is powerful, sometimes too powerful. Part 2. The first big psychological shift. Here's what most people don't realize. Before $20,000, your brain is in survival mode. Every dollar has a job. Rent, food, gas, bills. Spending is reactive. Saving is optional. Investing feels impossible. But after $20,000, your brain switches to preservation mode. And this is where everything changes. Because now you're no longer asking, how do I get more money? You're asking, how do I avoid losing what I have? This triggers something psychologists call loss aversion. Studies from behavioral economists like Daniel Kahneman show that losing $100 hurts about twice as much as gaining $100 feels good. So when you hit $20,000, your risk tolerance doesn't go up. It often goes down. You start second-guessing investing, starting a business, career changes, even normal spending.
And this is where people get stuck.
Part 3. Why people make worse decisions after $20,000. Now, you might be thinking, wait, shouldn't having more money make me better with money? In theory, yes. In reality, not always. Because $20,000 creates a dangerous illusion, the illusion of safety. You start thinking, I've earned this, I deserve a little upgrade. I'll invest later, I don't want to mess this up. I should wait for the perfect opportunity. And slowly, quietly, progress stalls. Let me give you a real example. Imagine two people. Person A has $2,000. They invest $200 a month automatically. Person B has $20,000. They keep waiting for the right time to invest. Fast forward 10 years, assuming a modest 7% annual return, Person A ends up with over $35,000. Person B might still be sitting near $20,000. Same intelligence, same income potential, different psychology. Part 4. The math everyone ignores. This is where it gets really interesting. Let's break the math down. If you invest $20,000 at a 7% annual return, in 10 years, approximately $39,000. In 20 years, approximately $77,000. In 30 years, approximately $152,000. But here's the catch. Most people don't invest it all at once. They let it sit. And inflation, currently averaging around 3% historically, quietly eats away at it. That means your $20,000 is losing about $600 in purchasing power every single year. Doing nothing isn't neutral. It's a decision. Part 5. Why $20,000 is the hardest amount to manage. Here's why this stage is uniquely dangerous. You have enough money to make real choices, but not enough money to recover easily from big mistakes. It's like learning to drive on a highway instead of a parking lot. Mistakes matter now. That's why people panic sell investments, people hoard cash forever, and people over-optimize and never act. And here's the brutal truth. Most people who never get rich didn't fail early, they froze at this stage. Part 6. The identity shift no one talks about. Money isn't just math, it's identity. Before $20,000, you see yourself as someone trying to get ahead. After $20,000, you quietly start seeing yourself as someone who has something to lose, and that identity shapes behavior. You become more cautious, more conservative, more afraid of judgment. This is why people stop talking about money right around this level. They don't want to admit they're unsure, they're scared, they don't know the right move. Part 7. What you should actually do after $20,000. Okay, enough psychology. Let's get practical. Here's a simple framework that actually works. Step 1. Define the purpose of the money. Split it clearly. Emergency fund, 3 to 6 months expenses, long-term investments, short-term flexibility. Money without a purpose creates anxiety. Step 2, automate growth. Set automatic investing, even if it's small. Automation beats intelligence. Step 3, keep some do-nothing cash. This sounds counterintuitive, but it works. Knowing you can make a mistake reduces fear. Step 4, measure progress, not perfection. Stop asking, what's the best move? Start asking, is this better than doing nothing? Part 8, the real opportunity of $20,000. Here's what most people don't realize. $20,000 isn't powerful because of what it buys. It's powerful because it changes your relationship with money. If you handle this stage correctly, $50,000 becomes easier, $100,000 becomes calmer, wealth becomes intentional. If you mishandle it, you stay anxious forever. You always feel behind. Money controls you instead of the other way around. Look, no one teaches this stuff. You're not bad with money, you're just reacting the way humans are wired to react. But awareness changes everything. So here's your challenge. Stop treating $20,000 like a trophy. Start treating it like a tool. If this video helped you think differently about money, hit that thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Subscribe if you want honest conversations about money without the hype. And remember, it's not about how much money you have, it's about how clearly you think once you have it. I'll see you in the next one.